Hello everyone, it's Red with RedDragonLeo.com. We're looking at the 60-minute chart here, and we did go down a little bit further before we finally turned and come back up. I kind of thought that we would go down here and fill this gap. That's very unusual, and maybe even go on down and hit this support line here at 11.95. It was kind of unusual to go down and stop midway between a gap. This big line right here that's showing here is actually a gap. It's just not showing up on this chart, but it actually, you didn't see this. It didn't like open here and go here. It closed here that day, and then the next morning it opened here. So this is a huge gap right here. So I thought that we would come down and do that before we rolled back up and came back up, but we didn't. As you can see, we put in a bottoming tail, and we did come back up as we were pretty oversold, and we are pointing up into tomorrow on the 60-minute chart. Now, I don't think it's got too far to go because of the other charts, the 30-minute chart. As you can see, the 30-minute chart is up here on the stochastics in overbought territory. So it should chop sideways a little bit while the 60 works its way up, and but you know, it could roll up here a little bit more, you know, kind of chop a little bit sideways here, and same thing here, you know, just go up just a little bit more as the 60 goes up. But when you have a really deep trough lows here on the histogram bar on the bottom half, you don't usually have a really strong high one on the top. So you know, that's not always, of course, but so the 30 is looking like it wants to roll over. The 60 is looking like it wants to push up a little bit further, and the daily, as you can see, the daily is rolling down. So the daily is putting a little bit of downward pressure on it, as you can see right here. And it is sloping down right here on the histogram towers. It has not crossed over here yet. It has not crossed here into negative territory or here. But the most important thing is it has not broken this trend line yet. So even though we sold off initially and we came back, we did not break the trend line. So that, you know, that's kind of to be expected. So, you know, as for tomorrow, it's just the trends are going to be kind of fighting against each other. These charts are 60 is going to want to push up, daily is going to want to push down. 30 minutes not going to give any help because it's a little, you know, like I said, it's kind of getting overbought. It may push up a little. 15 looks like it wants to roll down. When you got charts that are mixed signals like that and they fight each other, you pretty much, you know, have a sideways day where you just really don't get a lot of anything done. You know, this, you can see here, this bull flag that was, here was a bull flag right here, sideways consolidation, boom, up, it fulfilled it, then sideways consolidation, another bull flag, boom, up, it fulfilled it, then sideways consolidation again, and then boom, up into the close, it filled it. So, it can push higher, you know, it can. It certainly can. It's, you know, it's pointing up here. It can put up here, go up here, hit another, well, 1, 2, 3, triple top already. It could go up again, and it could keep on going, and if the daily resets, but the daily's putting that downward pressure on it. So while that 60 is running up, you know, this is probably more likely going to kind of put in a lower histogram tower and then kind of roll back over. It's what I suspect that'll happen. So I think the morning is going to have a little bit of upward bias to it, strictly based on this 60, until it gets into an overbought condition. I do not expect it to go as high as here. It's probably more like one, you know, one of these, either one or this one, something like that, before it rolls back over, and then the daily should take it back down, and it should test this trend line. I guess that this trend line is extremely important to it, you know, because it's all the way here from the 1039.70 low there, intraday low. So If it breaks this trend line, it's in for a world of hurt. You know, and it looks like it wants to, you know, roll over here. But again, as long as they keep putting this money in here, and as long as we do not have the false flag event, if it does not happen, then we're okay. We're good to go. You know, maybe we can go up a little bit. Just keep on manipulating the market. I mean, that's what they've been doing. Just keep on shooting the market full of steroids, and it'll just keep right on going. And that's what they do with this money that they keep putting in here. So, you know, of course, here's the 5 minute. 5 minute looks like it's pointing up a little bit, but let me refresh the page on it here first. But what I hope happens is that that missile that they shot off, and here it is. You can see the 5 minute was oversold there the last hour or so, and it's pointing up into the morning. So yeah, we could go on up here and retest this, and even retest the high. It's possible. It's possible. I won't say it's not, because that's what it looks like. But will we, or will we stop shy of it? I don't know, because that daily, again, where's the daily? Daily's pointing down on histogram towers. That doesn't mean it can't, you know, move back up here and kind of slowly work its way down. We've seen this ball game before. That's what they did here. Just chop, 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 chop. It looked like it was going to roll over here. It should have rolled over. It did not. So, barring some false flag event, the market's not likely to break. It's not likely to, you know, they're going to keep manipulating this thing higher until that false flag event happens. So something causes a panic. And I still think that they're going to try to do it. Matter of fact, I think that the missile was the false flag, and it failed. I think that it's quite possible that this missile here, everybody's picked this up now, but this missile, you know, it's just speculation on my part here. I'm hoping that this is what the situation was. Maybe the missile had a nuclear bomb on it, and it failed to go off. Maybe, you know, some good guys hacked it or whatever, and caused it to crash into the ocean harmless. And maybe that was the false flag event. If you think about it, yesterday when this happened, it was the 9th. 11-9, you reverse that, you got 9/11. So that would be a ritualistic date for them. And maybe that's what the Simpsons video was meant to be as well. Maybe that was just misread wrong by the guy who did the video. He was just speculating it was 11-6, and maybe it was meant to be 11-9, that you're supposed to reverse the 9, and maybe this was it. Maybe this was the false flag event, and it failed. I hope so. I hope that this is all it was, and that there'll be no nuclear bomb go off. I hope that that nothing happens. The only more ritualistic dates we have for these evil Federal Reserve Board gangsters is tomorrow, 11-11. They, you know, 111, 111. They love those numbers. They're important numbers to them. And then also the 14th is 777 days from the Dow's one-day loss of 777 points. And that's got to be very important to them, especially with the train. Saying 777 coming out with the name Unstoppable. You know, they're pointing at that as well. They are clearly throwing that out there for us to see. You know, you see that on my blog. The train here clearly is marked 777. That's pretty important to them. This wasn't done just by coincidence. You know, this movie is set to come out this weekend. And Sunday is 777 days from that 777 point drop. So, you know, reading into this, trying to figure out what day it is that they're trying to do this, I don't know. Is it going to be on the 14th? Is it going to be tomorrow on the 11th? Or was it, you know, yesterday on the on this, maybe on the 9th. Maybe that's when it was. I hope that that's all it was. I hope that it was just on the 9th and that they failed, that you know, that there's not going to be a false flag, that, you know, some good guys are going to stop them. Because, you know, they did the same thing with 9/11. You know, there's all kinds of evidence of that and proof of that, and you can research that all on your own on the internet. There's plenty of proof of that, and it'll eventually come out. But, you know, going back to, you know, Benjamin Fulford's post, you know, he gets a lot of insider information from people, but they don't always play out, obviously, because once this information gets out there, sometimes lots of this stuff gets stopped, and that's a good thing. So, but he's getting it straight from the horse's mouth, you know, from people that clearly say, you know, what's going on, that they were, basically, he said here in this post of his that that they were going to set off a nuke on the San Andreas fault line to cause an earthquake, is what he said. And I hope that that's not the case. I think it was Benjamin Fulford that was saying it. I have to reread this. But yeah, that's some scary stuff. Maybe it wasn't on this page, but I read it somewhere that that's what they had thought that they were doing. Yeah, it was right here. Multiple warnings, volcanoes on the Pacific Rim that would be set on fire by the HAARP. Anyway, I'm hoping this doesn't happen, folks. I really, really do. We got to make it through tomorrow, and we got to make it through the weekend for the 14th. And I don't think there's any more ritualistic dates. I think we'll be fine after that. At least, you know, if we can make it through this time period with no, with nothing, you know, happening. I really hope that that's the case. But, you know, he points to the 11th, November the 11th, as the date, as well as the 9th. And then, of course, I'm pointing to the 14th because of the 777 days, again, from the Dow's one-day loss of 777 points. Which was, you know, also that video of that guy here on my site that I'd put up there from a previous post some time back. And you just have to rewatch it, but I'm sure you probably already watched it, you know, if you've been to my site to watch it. This fella, you know, who's seen it basically happen in his, I don't know, in his visions, in his mind, but certainly that stuff is not something you can dismiss. I mean, there are people that do have that ability. I wish I did, but I don't, or, you know, so that's just the way it is. I wish I could. I wish I had the ability to help people, to heal them. That would be great if I could leave my body and go and heal other people that are sick. That would be a great gift. If I was to ever wish for a gift, I think that would be it, to be able to heal others. So that'd be my superpower, my X-Man. I want to be able to heal. So other people want to be able to fly, but that's mine. But anyway, so with the charts, it played out fairly close to what I was expecting. I just thought that it might go down a little bit further before it turned back up, but I did expect it to roll back around because we were oversold. But I'm surprised that it didn't fill that gap, though. That is kind of a shocker. So as for tomorrow, barring some horrible disaster, then, you know, the charts say we should at least go up in the morning a little bit here to get the 60-minute overbought, and then possibly sell off into the afternoon. And, you know, if we don't go up here and take out this high, we're making an MA pattern, which is a bearish pattern. Which, here's the left side of the M, then like right there's the center of the M. Here's the right side of the M. So here you got up, down, there's an M. Here's the left side of the A. The right side would form and come down here and hit this support line. That would be it. Okay, gang, good luck tomorrow and pray that nothing happens.